Alrighty, we're live again. Welcome to take two of the Geekdom 101 live stream tonight as we discuss the Dragon Ball Super movie Broly, specifically the final battle. What the heck was that noise?
It was just my phone.
All right. Well, anyways, yeah, Black and Fist is back here. So I want to explain kind of what happened here before we get into the topic. First of all, I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. I wasn't. I'm going to explain kind of what happened here. So I tried to do this stream about an hour ago, and we had the stream going for I think it was like 15, 20 minutes. And what happened was the volume levels, I was told in the chat that the volume levels were, off. So I raised up the volume level, and then when I did it, it came off like I was really, really being loud, and I was saying hold on to Black and Fist, and then people in the chat room were being very rude to me. First of all right, let me explain kind of what happened. So, I usually don't bring my personal life into work with me because this is my work, right? But I've had a really, really, really rough week, and if you're out there and you kind of understand where I'm coming from, God bless you. I've had a really, really stressful freaking week when it comes to my health. I went to go see a doctor today and spent over 400. I spent $475 today. Another 400 bucks coming up. Another bill. It's just been very bad for me in my personal life. Very, very bad. And as a result of that, I've been really, really on edge today. And I want to, first of all, apologize for quitting the first stream. All right. I really do apologize for that. I'm sorry. I usually wouldn't do that. I would usually just walk away and kind of cool down, which is what I did. I've walked away. I've cooled down. People were giving me shit. And usually that stuff doesn't bother me, but it did bother me today because I had so much, there's so much going on in my personal life this week. It's been horrible. And again, I apologize, especially if you are a person who was enjoying the stream. Hopefully, you're back for this one. That won't ever happen again. It was just I lost my cool, and I just couldn't handle it because I was having a rough night. So, and I'm still having a kind of a rough night, but I feel better now. I feel better getting that off my chest. You all should know by now the kind of person I am, and that I'm very, very real. And you should know that I'm not gonna bullshit around and not be honest with you. I'm brutally honest, sometimes to a negative in some ways. But that's really what's going on. Is I had a really rough day, and I wanted to come on here and I wanted to just unwind with my friend Black and Fist, who, by the way, when I yelled "Hold on" at you, are you offended at that?
No, I just thought that there was technical issues. That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was technical issues, but people were giving me shit. And like I said, I had a rough day. So again, if you're a super chat donator and you sent in a super chat that I didn't get to last stream, I think there was only about two of them left. Please reach out to me in the back end of my channel or reach out to me on Twitter or Facebook. Find a way to get a hold of me. Send me an email. Let me know who you are, how much you donate, what your screen name is, and I will answer the question for you that way. So again, I apologize for that. Moving on, we're gonna go back to our discussion about Dragon Ball Super Broly, um, the movie coming up this December, and we do already have super chat questions. Real quick, I have Black and Fist here. He was here in the first stream, and he kind of helped calm me down a little bit and talk to me in the past half hour. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. And well, once again, I'm glad to be talking about this topic with you here and answering the people's questions, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna have super chat questions already coming here. Let me go ahead and show everybody the again the artist, the thumbnail that was done. If you saw the first stream, you already saw this. The thumbnail that was done for this video was done by Ashan Anime Art. Here is his Twitter. Check him out. He is incredible. He does all the thumbnails. I mean, he's a great artist. He does all the thumbnails for my Strongest Dragon Ball series. Really, really good dude. Very talented, and I wanted to give him some love on this video because he does. Y'all need, if y'all want custom art, I'm talking about stuff you can frame. This is the guy to go to. I mean, there's a lot of good artists, but he's one of the good ones. Very unique style. He is the one who created this thumbnail that you see right there on your screen with the beautiful, I guess, the Goku Ultra Instinct Mastered on the left. You see Vegeta Blue Evolution on the right, and you have Broly in the middle, which is maybe the final battle. We're gonna talk about that here in the live chat, or I'm sorry, in the stream tonight. So that's the topic of the stream, and I hope I sound good. I hope I sound okay, and I want to thank everybody who was very supportive. Like I said, it's been rough, but I'm here to just chill and have a good time tonight with all of you. Okay. So, those of you asking about part two of the Shemmel interview, hasn't been recorded yet, but it will be soon. Just be patient; it is gonna come. So that's definitely coming. Um, so there you go.
It
Thank
was a
you.
really good interview.
Yes,
Definitely.
and thank you, Mr. Ninja Star, for doing the modding tonight. I really, really appreciate that. So, anyways, let's get to the super chat questions. All right. Dex S, thank you for the kind words. He says I sound like sports radio. Preston Morgan says, do you think Vegeta will ever get Ultra Instinct, or will it be a Goku only thing? I think right now it'll be a Goku only thing. I think Vegeta has the evolution form, which is attained differently. What do you think? I never asked you this question. Black
Well,
and Fist.
I was gonna say if you just wait for Dragon Ball Heroes, I'm pretty sure Heroes will do it eventually.
Well, yeah. Eventually, you'll be able to have your created character and you know do that. Because remember, for a time you could only get like Red Super Saiyan God, and then it got better and better. So there's that. Preston Morgan says, "Do you think?" Oh, I already answered that question. Meathead, is it possible that Blue Evolution won't be in the movie because it may not be a Toriyama creation? Keep being the most reliable DB tuber. That's a great question. We actually don't know if it is or it isn't. Based on the designs that we got from Tadayoshi Yamamuro, it is implied that Blue Evolution is not a Toriyama creation, but just because something is not a Toriyama creation does not mean it won't be in the movie. Because guess what? Broly is not a
Yep.
Toriyama creation. Broly
Yep.
designed him, but Takao Koyama was the real guy there. So before we get to Koyama, Black and Fist, what do you think about Blue Evolution?
Well, as a transformation of on in and of itself, I don't think it was the greatest transformation that Dragon Ball's ever received. I didn't think it was terrible now, but one thing I really liked about Evolution when it first came out, and then obviously the track that Goku was going on with his Ultra Instinct, is the one thing I like is that Vegeta got a transformation that was unique to him.
Right.
Well, at least for now it is. I hope that Goku really never attains this transformation either, by the way.
Me too.
I really like the idea of Vegeta taking this Super Saiyan Blue transformation to its limits while Goku goes down a different path, down the path of Ultra Instinct. And that's really the concept that I really like. The idea that Vegeta and Goku now are going on separate paths, or at least I hope that that was the idea. I really hope that Vegeta, honestly, I am one of those people that hope that evolution is never attained by Goku and Ultra Instinct, honestly, is never attained by Vegeta. And I just hope they go down on different paths. I think that is much more interesting.
How do you feel about like having character exclusive forms? Like Trunks has the Rage form, um, Kale has Berserk, Gohan has Ultimate. Like, do you like that idea of the series kind of branching off different forms and then just
Well,
kind of them getting stronger in their own little forms?
yes, I think having the characters getting stronger in their own unique ways, I think that's the only way, honestly, it can go. I mean, we've already gone in the past in Dragon Ball where characters are getting stronger in the similar fashions, right? Even up to like even early Dragon Ball, like Yamcha went up to train with Master Roshi, just like Goku and Krillin did before him, and then later on with the transformations. Trunks went into a Super Saiyan. Vegeta wanted to become a Super Saiyan as well, and then so on and so forth with the Super Saiyan 2. I think that we've already done this. We've already seen this. We've already seen Vegeta wanting to attain the God form or the God powers that Goku did when he attained them in Battle of Gods. We've seen Vegeta, chasing the shadow of Goku for so long, and we've seen characters attaining strength in the same ways for so long. I think it's much more interesting to now branch out, have the characters have their own unique ways to get stronger. I think honestly that has much more potential than just giving the same rehashed powers to different characters, honestly.
No, I agree with that. I agree. Now, I wanted to real quick before we have a lot of super chat questions. We actually have more now than we did last stream. So I don't know if it's because I'm starting a little bit later. We're starting like an hour later or whatever. What time is it right now? Okay, it's not even 10 yet. Yeah. People are definitely sending in stuff, and I wanted to ask you about what do you think Koyama thinks about all this? But we talked about Koyama in the deleted stream that I did earlier, about how he should be respected, but what do you think this guy thinks about Toriyama taking his character, which he created, even though Toriyama designed it, and reimagining Broly, rebooting Broly.
Well, quite honestly, I would love if someone could actually ask him that question themselves. I can, of course, I can only go by what Koyama has said in the past, and from the well, what he has said in the past and previous statements, he seems to be a guy who's very attached to his work. If people weren't aware, Koyama was actually asked about what he thought about Battle of Gods when it first came out, and he brought up Broly in that in those statements. So he obviously is very attached to his character. I can't help but feel that Koyama might be flattered by the fact that Toei Animation maybe even created Kale, and now they're even going back and taking back one of his, I guess, the darling creation of for him. At least that's what it seems from his statements.
Well,
I
remember
can't help
though,
but feel like
they
he
were
might be flattered that Toriyama is taking his creation.
Well, remember, they were planning this movie at the same time they were coming up with Tournament of Power. So it's almost like a double whammy. We have Broly being rebooted by Toriyama, and we have Kale, who is what we thought at the time was the, Dragon Ball Super version of Broly. Now we know there's going to be another Broly. So it's almost like they were aware. Like, they knew that Broly was coming. They knew this. They had to have known it for at least over a year. Over a year they had to have known it, right? So
Yeah.
I find it crazy that there's all this. I don't even know, bro. That to me is the most fascinating thing about all of
I
this.
really wish that someone would ask Koyama what he thinks about these new developments. Even asking him about Kale, I think it would be very interesting to know what his opinion would just from his own mouth, his own words.
Let me ask you a question. What was your initial reaction when you first heard that Broly was gonna come back? Like, what when you first saw the poster or the trailer? I didn't talk to you when this happened.
Okay, yeah, we didn't talk. I did see your video on it, and honestly, when I saw the
Where I was
poster,
totally stunned.
dude,
I
I was
think
stunned.
I
Look,
think
I would listen,
yeah
listen.
yeah
If
yeah
I
yeah.
saw this poster on Facebook, I would have thought that I would think, oh, look at this Facebook
Fan art.
fake news, like fan made stuff. Like, all right, whatever. I would have just tossed it if it was one of those. I honestly, I would not be surprised if that poster was posted on one of those Facebook pages. Honestly,
Well,
so just
yeah.
knowing that it was legit, that not only the fact that it was just Broly, but just knowing it was legit, it really did leave me speechless. I was like, I couldn't believe I didn't have so many thoughts. I had to take a moment for it to settle in on me and maybe think about it a little bit. And like, okay, well, I guess Kale. I guess they've been trying to do this for a while, right? Because what was Kale? Kale was the same thing. Kale was like they were trying to bring Broly back in some form. So
Yeah.
and obviously
And
the fans were
now it's
clamoring for it for a long time. So it just was all surreal to me at the time.
and that's the fun. I think people misinterpret a lot of things that I say. A lot. It happens very frequently. I've had people ask me, "Are you pissed off that Broly's back?" No, I'm not. I was shocked. I wasn't mad in that first video. I was stunned because I never thought they would do that.
Yeah, I by no means was. Even though I was stunned, I wasn't mad in a sense. I definitely don't hate Broly. I definitely can't say I was a very big fan of him, but I was always a guy that thought that Broly was one of the, he was one of the stronger movie villains, and I left it as that. I was just very shocked. I wasn't mad per se.
Yeah, and the thing about Broly when it comes to me, I'm moving the mic a little bit closer. The thing about Broly when it comes to me is, yeah, I don't hate Broly. Sometimes I think his fandom is a bit toxic because they over exaggerate his power, but I never had an issue with him. And Toriyama rewriting him is a good thing if you ask me. Next super chat question or super chat statement from Sully. Sorry for the shit you got in the past stream. No, it's all right, bro. Like I said, I'm back for a reason. You never ever let people control your destiny. I had to cool down for a few minutes. Now we're back live right here on the YouTubes. So, no, and like I said earlier, if you missed it earlier, I did apologize for leaving. I had a really, really bad day today. My medical bills are piling up. I know nobody cares about this. It's just a personal thing that's going on in my private life. I just had a really rough night, but I calmed down. We're good now. It was just people were giving me shit, and I felt like I was being ganged up on. But, without people understanding where I was coming from. So the audio level should be fine now. I mean, they should be okay. That was where the whole thing started, was the audio levels. All right. Sharingan Warrior says, "Thank you, Geek them, love you, thank you. Saving Humanity, I love your channel. Do you think MUI Goku can beat Broly full power?" Well, okay. This is the topic of this stream. The topic of this stream, the main topic, and again, I'm going to answer all your questions, but the main topic is how is Broly, what's the finale of this movie? Because I think people are looking at this trailer and seeing Super Saiyan Blue Goku and seeing Broly rise up from that pit, and they're like, oh man, that's the final battle. No, it's not. No, it is not. You are being fooled, my friends. You are being fooled. We know that Broly is going to fight without that armor. He's going to at some point break that armor. That is not the final battle. That's probably close to the end of the movie. That is not the finale. The finale of that movie is Broly without a shirt on fighting Goku or Vegeta or possibly both or possibly Gogeta. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But you know what I'm talking about, Juan. You know that last shot where Broly comes up and he's got the red eyes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I definitely thought that couldn't have been the very end because of what you said. He still has the armor.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out of that and then power up into his final full power, like Legendary Super Saiyan full power, and then we're going to get the final battle. Now, the question is, what's it going to be? Will it be Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Evolution Vegeta against Broly? Or will it be something with Frieza? Or will it be something with Gogeta? I mean, I never would have thought that Gogeta would ever be a part of Dragon Ball in the anime again, except for like GT and like, movie 12 and that's it, and Heroes. And now with the way things are going, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I have no idea. I almost have a hunch that Broly might, in a way, beat himself. Okay, you remember how the legendary Super Saiyan in the original legend that Vegeta told everybody he was destroyed by his own power?
Yeah, well, that was the original legend. So you think
I'm not.
he's
By
gonna
no
be...
means I'm saying that it's going to happen in this movie, but I
Okay.
feel like something like that might happen. I'm not sure though.
But you don't think that's underwhelming to have what? Is he just gonna blow up?
No, well, see, okay. What I think is going to happen is either, like, I don't know what's going to happen. Either Evolution or Ultra Instinct Goku are going to be fighting Broly, or Gogeta mastered Ultra Instinct, something like that. Like the final battle where Gogeta or Ultra Instinct comes out finally. And in this fight, Broly's going to have to keep getting stronger and stronger or something like that. And then it's going to be like Gogeta or whoever's fighting Broly is going to force Broly to like power up to a point where he just destroys himself. It might be anticlimactic, but I almost feel like that's something that might happen, especially considering when I don't know. I just had the legend in my mind. And
well, I mean, that makes sense.
I don't know. Maybe some people say that's a terrible idea, but whatever.
I mean, it makes sense, but also, I think it is like people want to see this guy go down. Like I know some people want Vegeta to take him out. I mean, I don't know, but what you're saying does make sense. I mean, it definitely does. But the question that Saving Humanity is asking is, do we think Master Ultra Instinct can beat Broly full power? And I think, honestly, it's going to depend on how they scale the movie. Unless Juan's fan fiction that he just said happens,
By no means 100% legit, guys. Just my idea.
I just feel like Broly will overwhelm them, and then we're gonna hear the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun. I think that's how it's gonna end, dude. I really believe that.
Yeah, well, that could be it too. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know the Gogeta.
But here's the thing. Would like, can you really see Mastered Ultra Instinct just like cleanly beating Broly in this movie? I feel like you kind of can't, right?
Well, why not? It's
there has
very
to be something
powerful.
special, like something extra, right?
Bro, he knocked out, or not knocked out, but he pummeled Jiren for a while there with that form.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
I mean, unless they're gonna tell us that Broly is extremely stronger than Jiren. Now, I can probably accept Broly being a little bit stronger. I know some fans aren't gonna like that. I can accept that, or them being equal. Broly being that much stronger than Jiren to where even MUI fails.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
I mean, then what? Are they gonna make Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegito, bro? How much more fan service can they give us at this point? Shouldn't they hold that off till later?
Yeah. I definitely like. Yeah, that'd be kind of. I think that'd be too much, honestly.
I can't answer that question yet till the movie comes out. It's tough. VO. Oh, hold on. I lost track of where I was at. There's a lot of super chats here. Want you to know your real fans always have your back. Great content runner, real man. I'm planning on seeing the Bleach anime. Someday. I don't know. Thank you for your kind words. Amir says, wouldn't it make more sense to have Broly and Paragus have a grudge against the Vegeta family instead of Goku's this time? Yes. Juan, let me talk to you about this. So, I think you and I talked about this like 3 years ago on the phone. I always felt like the Broly storyline of him being mad at Kakarot never made any sense because the crying thing was just stupid to me. My opinion. I feel like
Well,
Paragus and Broly would have a much bigger grudge against King Vegeta versus, Goku.
Well, I mean, Paragus did have the grudge against Vegeta, so
Yes, yes.
even in the original movie,
Yeah.
that was his whole thing. It was the whole revenge against the Vegeta. As for Broly, that I mean, here's the thing. Okay, I actually think that Broly did never really in the first movie. Now, I don't think he actually really hated Goku. I think he just chose him as he said, a blood sacrifice. If you remember what his words were, if you remember that, like when he
Was
like
that was
pointed
that
at
in the
him, he's like,
dub?
you're gonna be the first blood sacrifice." I just felt like obviously Broly is a psychotic, deranged maniac, bloodthirsty maniac
Yeah.
who just chose Goku as his victim, and I believe the reason is because now, okay, look,
Do
you're
you
gonna
think
think
they're
the
gonna
crying
change that?
thing, okay, that's
Do you
dumb.
think they're gonna change that in this movie?
Yeah, I definitely don't think they're gonna use the crying thing anymore. I mean, I have my whole thing about why Broly got bothered by Goku's crying and how. I mean, I have my whole thing. I don't know if you want to hear it, but I don't think they're gonna use that in this movie. I mean, I would be disappointed if they did. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
So you
No,
know,
no, I don't. I think they're gonna change it. But Amir's right. Like it makes more sense that he have a grudge. This is what I've said before, Juan. He needs to have a grudge against not only Vegeta, but also Frieza for blowing up the planet and Beerus for allowing
yeah,
that to happen.
yeah.
Again,
If this
when
is a
what
different Broly, yeah,
yeah, because it's a totally different storyline, but I feel like it'll be similar because when the first Broly movie came out, Frieza was dead, and Toriyama didn't even think about Beerus. It would be 20 years or whatever, 15 years before Beerus even crossed his mind. So now that we have Beerus, now that we have all these retcons about Beerus' involvement in Planet Vegeta's destruction, I feel like I could see them being mad at Beerus for that. Will they do anything about it? I don't know, but I could see that. He's in the movie.
well, yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right, JT says they seem to be pointing out the fact that Broly has a tail. Do you think you'll go? I think he means heal. Do you think he'll go Super Saiyan 4 or Ozaru or maybe even both so SS4 will be canon? All right, honestly, anything could happen, dude. I could totally see Toriyama taking Super Saiyan 4, which again was not created by him. It was designed by Nakatsuru, right? The animator. Toriyama likes it though, or he drew his own version of it for the Dragon Box release, but originally it wasn't him. I could totally see him taking that form and bringing it into the series. He could do anything at this point, honestly. That being said, I don't know, but him having a tail might factor into his power. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I almost see. Here's the thing. My knee jerk reaction is to say, of course not. But the thing is, at this point, who am I to say that? I mean, they're bringing Broly back, right? So anything could happen at this point. As for I don't think the tail will be in. It'd be interesting because the tail hasn't been relevant
In a long
to a
time.
Saiyan's power in a very long
Since
time.
GT, if you even want to
Yeah,
count
since
that.
GT. And remember, when GT did it, they were bringing it back
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So the tail hasn't been a significant factor in Dragon Ball in a very long time. Could they bring it back in this movie? That's a possibility. Yeah, they could. Um,
We know
I
Broly
don't
has
know
one.
if I don't. Yeah, but I lean on it not being relevant at all. So that's just how I feel about it. So, I think the only reason he has a tail, because I know that there was like, it's just because he's like a Universe 7 Saiyan. That's it. So it has to be part of his design. So
Yeah,
I don't think there's a huge significance behind it.
there's not, but I think we're gonna get that scene where Goku and Vegeta will see the tail and be like, "Oh, look," you know what I mean? We'll get that scene where the camera will
Yeah,
zoom
yeah,
in
yeah,
on it.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, what is? Wait a minute. Um, Ultra Raider says, Love everything you're doing. Keep it up. Wondering what you and Draven are going to be doing on our WWE podcast. Great question. I get that a lot. Draven is very busy, as am I. I think we'll get back together periodically. Full time, probably not for a while, but you never know. I think it'll happen eventually. Pretty Gordo, do you plan on starting a podcast in the future? Maybe. I'll be announcing something soon about that. Thank you, Bruce. Lucario417. How do you think they'll explain why Whis couldn't find Broly and Paragus on his staff in Battle of Gods? I think that's an easy explanation. I think they're just gonna assume that he died. You know, Whis knows a lot, but he doesn't know everything. Or maybe Paragus and Broly were in another universe. I mean, there is that theory still that when 17 wished back all the universes, he fucked up and brought back the leader ones, and maybe Broly's there somehow. I don't think so, but what do you think?
I I almost feel like, see, here's the thing with Dragon Ball. There's a lot of times when things like this happen. Like, why didn't we know about or
Yeah.
couldn't find Broly?
Why didn't
I
the
almost feel
Supreme?
like a lot
Why
of
didn't
times they just ignore it.
Why didn't the
right?
Supreme Kais kill Frieza when they could have? That whole thing, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they just ignore it. Like I almost feel like that's gonna happen again. That they're just gonna ignore this. Although there might be a direct explanation, who knows? Maybe there'll be like what you said. Maybe he's in another universe. Maybe the wish that 17 did something inexplicable, something that was unforeseen at the time, and maybe that brought Broly back. I don't know. Maybe something like that will happen. Who knows?
Yeah. Plus, you know, they could always, you know, the Super Saiyan God that Beerus dreamed of. You know, maybe the most recent example was, I guess, Goku, because he had been the first one to do it in a long time. Both Super Saiyan and God. I mean, I see the question. He makes a point, though. Like, you would think that Whis would have mentioned something, you know. Or maybe, I mean, who knows, bro? It could end up being a plot hole, but I don't think it's a big one. We're going to talk about plot holes here in a minute, because I have a question here about plot holes. But, Mace says, imagine how hype it would be if Goku and Vegeta fused in the movie. Gogeta utilized Blue Evolution, Ultra Instinct. I call it Ultra Evolution. That's a lot, bro. Like, can you imagine that kind of power, bro? A fused character that uses both Ultra Instinct and Evolution. You know what? That's actually a great idea, and it's total Chad shit for Dragon Ball. But I feel like that's something for later. They could hold off on that for a future movie.
I feel like that's something for Heroes, man.
Oh, I know Heroes will do it. They'll do anything. But I mean, like, a future movie. Because Dragon Ball, look, I'm very, very, very skeptical based on what I've heard, who I've talked to, and how the market is, that Dragon Ball is going to end with this movie. Even though it might take another break until next year or whatever, even though the movie's right around the corner, I don't think Dragon Ball's over. I think there's more stories to be told. It makes too much money, bro. Is Toei milking Dragon Ball? You shouldn't redo that video now. Right? Michael Solis says,
I guess there's an argument to be made there. I haven't put too much thought into it recently, but I think there's an argument to be made there.
As long as it's entertaining. See, the thing about Dragon Ball is the best parts of the series when it comes to emotion and when it comes to good writing are way past us. You know, you got to go watch Dragon Ball and Z to get that kind of shit. I'm past that point in my life, dude. All I want to see is entertainment. I just want to see cool fights. I don't know. I sound like an idiot to some, but I really don't give a shit what you think. Like, I think people will agree with me. I just want to see something cool. I want to see cool fights. I want to see some development with some characters. I like some new characters. I'm not looking for Dragon Ball to be what it used to be, even though I wish it was. I think we're way past that now. You know? But I think the movie has potential. I think if they tell a good backstory, I think it could be great.
Some people might say that Dragon Ball has been milked since the Cell Saga, so I mean, if you're really extreme on it,
maybe. I don't know. I don't think Toriyama would say that. Michael Solis says, "What would you guys think if instead of Vegeta getting Ultra Instinct in the future, what if he gets Broly's form, i.e., Berserker Legendary? Vegeta with green hair would look weird."
Yeah, I suppose.
We talked about this on the last stream. I think it was on the last stream, the one that I deleted. You are a proponent of these guys getting exclusive forms. Vegeta should stick with Evolution. Yes. Goku should stick with MUI. Gohan should keep Ultimate. Trunks should keep Rage. And I agree with you. I think Legendary form should probably stick to Broly and Kale. Plus, I mean, it's implied based on the manga that these guys don't appear very often. These Legendary Saiyans, they're basically like I hate to say this, but like legendary Pokemon, like they're rare. They're not anybody can tap into this power. However, with training, Vegeta and Goku can surpass this guy. But it's implied in the
It's also
trailer.
implied that it's innate. Like it's innate to the very nature of them because they're special or something like that, you
Yeah,
know?
and not just that. In the film trailer, we see that he gets stronger and stronger and stronger as he fights. So his version of Saiyan power is not like, well, I almost die and I get stronger. His is I get stronger as I'm fighting, which again, they fought guys like this before. Hit was like this. But I guess on Broly it'd be at a different stature. So, hello?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next question. Do you think that Piccolo will kill Paragus rather than Broly to differentiate it from the original film? Also, good to hear and see you're still around, Juan.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Remember
you.
when you came out to at Kamehacon, everybody's like, he's alive!
Yeah. I was surprised too.
The only way I would accept Piccolo killing Paragus is if he cuts him in half. Like Babidi. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that there's definitely a big opportunity here for like Gohan or
Quinn.
Piccolo to have like an action scene with Paragus or something.
Go wait a
like
minute,
that.
hold on. You say hold on. Gohan in this movie?
Oh, okay, fine. Maybe that was too much wishful thinking. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Piccolo is confirmed. I mean,
Yeah. I
Quinn
don't
would
think
be happy.
Gohan hasn't even been confirmed yet. So
I think he'll be in the movie, but I don't expect him to fight or anything.
yeah.
Gohan fans are salty about this, bro.
Well, I think quite honestly, for the longest time, I felt like, okay, well, I mean, I guess Gohan's moved on, so I wasn't too mad. But now with all the developments that we've had in Super, why is he not fighting
I
anymore? I
agree.
thought that we
I
cut through
agree.
this already,
That's
that
what
he's gonna have a
Gabby.
more balanced life.
That's the point
So,
that Gabby was making. He was gonna fight more, and now.
so it's like, what's going on? Like this feels like inconsistent development here. Now we're regressing him back to, like, I don't get it.
Well, remember, Gohan wanted to fight in Resurrection F. He was a bitch in Universe 6 going to that meeting or whatever. And then in Trunks' arc, he's eating ice cream. And then all of a sudden, in Tournament of Power, he's back to being serious again. Like,
So
but yet in the
it's like
filler,
on
he
and
was still
off.
training.
Now he has to be off for this movie, but then the next movie or series, whatever's gonna happen, he's gonna be fighting again.
He's as inconsistent as you are with uploading, bro. On and off.
Oh,
on
right,
and
right,
off.
right.
Damn, dude. All right, Josh Picard says, "Hey, Geekdom and Black and Fist, straight up plot hole. Is it a straight up plot hole when Bulma says she hasn't seen Goku in 5 years after the end of Z? I feel like it's the biggest plot hole in the series. Well, it's not the biggest plot hole in the series, to
Definitely
me,
not the biggest.
but I see where you're coming from. It wasn't originally a plot hole. This was Bulma told Goku at the end of Z, the final 3 chapters. I'm sorry, the final chapter of the manga, final 3 episodes of Z, that she had not seen him in 5 years." Then Toriyama goes and writes Battle of Gods, and it still makes sense because Battle of Gods is about 6 years before the end of Z. Then Resurrection F, 5 years. Universe 6, 4 years. Tournament of Power, 3 years. So it's like, it kind of has become a bit of a plot hole unless Toriyama can say, "Oh, she was just over exaggerating. When she said 5 years, she meant like 6 months."
Yeah, I could totally see Toriyama saying something like that.
I think he would. I really think
Yep.
so. Okay. Gary Gould, thank you for sending that question in. You spoke about Disney owning Fox. I remember Fox had distribution rights for Dragon Ball. Is that still the case? On the other side, not you like Vegeta to steal a win from Goku, just a twist, even though it won't happen. Well, okay, let's address the second question first. Do you think Vegeta will steal the win from Goku in this movie? I don't think so, but what do you think?
No, I don't. Definitely don't think so. Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm sorry for the Vegeta fans, but I don't think that this doesn't seem like the movie to do it either. I don't think I'm not really sensing that from
I think
this movie that Vegeta's going to overtake Goku or anything like that.
I think they'll work together. It's not really the movie to do it in. Resurrection F was the movie to do it in. They didn't.
Yeah, if there was anything, it was that one.
Yes, that was the one that it was time to do, and they still didn't do it.
Yeah.
I can't, bro. It's like Toriyama likes to dick slap Gohan and Vegeta fans all the time, bro. Even though he gives Vegeta a lot of love, though.
Well, yeah. That's what the thing. Vegeta has gotten a lot of love ever since, like, honestly, Battle of Gods. So
Right. I agree. Well, I mean, before that was the Buu arc, so I guess he always got love.
Yeah.
So as far as Disney owning Fox, yeah, they bought Fox. Fox has the distribution rights to the Dragon Ball movies, and that's it. They don't own the characters. They don't own the anime or the manga. All they do is distribute the film, and that's it. Disney does not own Bulma. Disney does not own Goku. Toriyama, Bird Studios, has 100% retaining control over those characters. So if you're expecting to see Goku show up in Kingdom Hearts, I don't know if it's gonna happen anytime. I don't know if we're gonna get that anytime soon. That'd be awesome though, but I feel like he'd be too powerful. Bro, the only one who could take him on would be Mickey, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
Mickey's the only one who could take him on.
See Ultra Instinct against like Organization 13. That'd be some
Ultra Instinct
crazy
Mickey,
shit.
bro.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, or something like that.
All right. Let's see here. I lost my place. My bad. Oh God, you lose your place easily with these super chat questions. Hold on. Okay. Greetings from New Zealand. Randomly quick question. Do you think Krillin and/or Tien can beat Broly from the first two movies he appeared in? He's talking about Tournament of Power, Krillin and Tien. That's a power scaling question. I have to think about it. Do you think Krillin and Tien from the Tournament of Power can beat
Nah.
Broly from movie 1?
I don't think so.
Really? But
Well,
I don't know, because look, he was able to combat Blue Goku for a very short time. Very short time. in the
but he
training.
was also holding back, and I just look as far as hard
power
feats-
scaling.
Look, I'm not a power scaling guy. Okay, I will say that right now. I'm not a power scaling guy, but I haven't seen any feats. The biggest feat that I've seen was Krillin. You're right, the Krillin when he was fighting Blue Goku. But the thing is, Blue Goku was holding back. It was just a demonstration.
Right.
I don't know if it. I don't know.
Krillin was also going toe to toe with Gohan for a very short time too, and we know Gohan could take on that Broly.
I guess you're right. You know what? Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's not that preposterous. Maybe it'd be pretty even fight. Who knows? Something like that.
If I sit here and I say Krillin, at least Krillin, I don't know about Tenshinhan. If I sit here and I say Krillin can beat Broly from movie 1, would that piss people off? Because there's a chance it seems very possible. In fact, I think it's likely.
I think whenever you say something about power scaling, you're bound to piss someone off.
Yeah. Well, the snobs of the fandom who don't accept that it is a thing. All right. Bantic Raider says, since the movie is focusing on the backstory of the Saiyans, do you think we'll see some Tuffle action? I could see a little bit of it. I was actually hoping for more, but now that we know it's Broly,
You don't think we'll see the Sufurigins in the flashbacks at all?
I think we might see the Sufurujin in the flashbacks for a very short time, but it's not going to be about them. I wish it was, though, because, I've said this before. The one character I wish Toriyama would take and redo is Baby. Like, I actually want him to redo Baby more than I want him to redo Broly, because I think Baby has so much potential to be amazing.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
You haven't seen GT in how long?
No, I have. Well, I haven't seen GT in like
2 years,
3
right?
years.
Yeah, because you did that
But
video.
no. The reason I was like hesitating is because Baby always seemed like very similar to that Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans guy. I forgot his name already.
Yachiak.
Yeah, he seemed like he's pretty much almost the same thing. Who made that guy, by the way? I forgot. Like
Hachiak? I think that was Nakatsuru.
Okay, interesting.
Which is interesting because he comes back and does more Sufurians.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Sufurian guy. Maybe bring him back. He's been out of action for a while as far as Dragon Ball goes. I was actually curious about so we talked about Koyama earlier. The last thing Koyama did was Yo Son Goku and his friends return. That was the last thing he did. Is he around for this, bro? Like, where is this guy? Where's him fucking doing
I don't
an interview
know. I don't know
saying,
his
"Oh,
whereabouts."
Broly's back. Broly's back." Like,
Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like it would be. I don't know, like. Well, here's the thing: because this is a new Broly, maybe it's.
You think he might be offended?
No, I don't think he would be offended. It's just maybe it's appropriate for him not to be working on the movie because this is a new Broly, right?
It's like George Lucas not working on the new Star Wars movies. He thinks
exactly.
He might
Like if you're gonna have a new vision, you need new people, right?
Yeah, even though it's Toriyama, who's anything but new.
Right, exactly. But if this is supposed to be a new vision of this character, a remixed version, then maybe having the same guy doing it, maybe it's not the proper way to do it. Who knows, right?
Joseph,
Although I still, like I said before, I still would want to know what Koyama thinks of all this. I really do.
me too. We have to get that interview. Joseph, by the way, folks, it's thundering over here, so if the stream cuts out, I don't think it will, but if it does, I'll be right back. This is not me quitting again, right? It's actually legitimately. If you hear rumbling noises in the background, that's actually thunder outside my house. It's Florida. It rains every day in the summer. Joseph Delau says, "Do you think Goku and Vegeta will mention Kale?" I hope so. In fact, I have a video coming out about Broly versus Kale. I think this weekend.
I feel it would be weird if they didn't mention Kale, considering they fought her and she's going to have like
Broly
okay,
powers.
if anything on a superficial level, Broly will resemble her on at least a superficial level. I think there's probably going to be more connection there, though.
Yeah, I see that, and I think that they are going to mention like, oh, they might even have a flashback. They might, oh, remember when she had this power? I could totally. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. I want
Yeah.
Kale to be in the movie. I want Khalifa, Kale, and Kaba to be in the film. I'm not saying they
You,
have to have
you
big
think
roles.
that that'll happen though? You think that they can fit them all into this movie?
Very small roles they can.
Hmm.
I mean, for all we know, remember, we've only seen a minute and a half trailer. For all we know, Paragus and fucking Broly go to Universe 6 and meet up with the king there. I mean, we don't even know what the plot is of this movie. We don't know what the plot
Right.
is.
You think King Sadala might have anything to do with this movie then?
I hope so. That's what I want. I want the Sadala arc to be in the movie, but I don't know, man. I hope so. I really do. Or maybe Broly stays alive at the end of the movie, and then we have the Sadala arc be the next movie or the next arc. I mean, there's so much potential, and I say this, and I hate saying this. They're probably not gonna do it, but they need to, because I think people, if they're gonna push the Saiyans, brother, push them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? All right. Oba Ozun says, when Goku has his shirt off and Goku watches Broly ki still increasing, there's a blue ki coming from Broly. Do you think Broly attains SSB? Come on, bro. Yeah, just like how Gogeta Super Saiyan got in GT.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I can't tell if he's trolling or not. So answering the question, no, Broly is not Super Saiyan Blue. It's just, by that logic, anybody with blue ki is Super Saiyan Blue. I mean, by that logic, fucking.
By that logic, Vegeta, when he was fighting Raccoon, was already blue.
Yeah, right.
Right. Right.
I forgot all about that.
I remember he had blue ki for like all that section there.
Yeah, I actually was gonna also bring up when Goku fought Vegeta, he did Kaioken, and like there was that scene where his whole body went silver. Is that Ultra Instinct in the Vegeta saga? Like,
Yeah.
there needs to be more than just a color in Dragon Ball. Michael says again, if Vegeta were to get it, do you think it would be a good way for Vegeta to keep up with Master Ultra Instinct Goku in both forms to be stronger? I want him to stay with evolution. That's pretty much what we kind of agreed on, and that's what I want. I don't want him to do anything else but that. Justin Babula says Vegeta's too short to do fusion. Incorrect, my friend, because height does not matter in fusion. As long as they can do the finger touching properly, it does not matter. We've seen Vegeta and Goku fuse in the filler movies, and we've seen Goten, who is shorter than Trunks, a little bit, do it. So it doesn't matter. Plus, Vegeta's height changes all the time, anyways. You know, he was a lot shorter when he first started.
Isn't he taller than Bulma now?
I think he is, and he wasn't.
I think because
I'm pretty was not taller than her in the
shorter.
Namek arc.
Yeah.
Toriyama says crazy things. I like that video you did, bro. Toriyama.
Oh
says
yeah,
crazy
that was.
things.
Man, that was when he said that. He said a lot of stuff back then. He said that Boo was created or wasn't created by Baby or some crazy stuff like that.
It's like every time he talks, he ends up putting his foot in his mouth without even realizing. And he doesn't even care either, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny that people like George R.R. Martin and like the guy who writes One Piece, Oda, like these guys are like super intensive when it comes to their stories. And Toriyama's like,
yeah.
Toriyama. So hey, so it's like that question earlier. Hey, Toriyama, in the manga, Bulma says she hasn't seen Goku in 5 years, but according to Super, you know, he saw her at least 3 years earlier. What's the deal with that? Oh, haha. You know how women are. They over-exaggerate. She wasn't being serious. That's a total Toriyama response right there. I know
Yeah, pretty much.
my wife tells me that that my broccoli's too hot, but it's not really that hot. You know how they are.
Oh my-
You know, I could totally see him saying that. All right.
yeah, pretty much.
Cake Knight says, I want to see Frieza get his shit pushed in by Broly because your boy can't catch a break. By the way, I hope you realize that when you say shit pushed in, you're actually, the actual definition of that is sodomy. You want to see Broly ass fuck Frieza in the butt and have his shit pushed up inside of him. That's what shit pushed in means, Cake Knight. So if you want to see that, I'm sure there's a fan artist out there that's more than willing to satisfy
By the
you.
way, I'm fairly certain. Okay, this is one thing I think I'm pretty certain about
Let
this
me guess.
movie.
Let me guess. Frieza's dying. Bro's gonna kill Frieza.
No, okay, maybe not Frieza, but not Frieza getting killed. But I'm fairly certain that Frieza is going to get stomped on during the beginning of this movie, somewhere in
In
like
the
the
first
first half
act.
of this movie.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the first half, he's gonna get stomped on. That's what's gonna happen. I'm calling it right now.
Do you think that he'll come back at the end to help?
That's the harder question. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure.
It would be cool if he came back and like threw one of those purple discs at Broly.
Well, you know what? At this point, okay, here's the thing. At this point, because Frieza has been brought back so many times, and now he's alive again, I almost feel like he's not gonna die at this point. Like at this point, he's just not gonna die.
What if?
Like,
How about this one? How about this one? Okay, think about this one. What if Broly does go Uzaru? What if he goes Uzaru in the film because he has a tail? Goes Great Ape, and he's that green Uzaru from the video games. It looks totally ridiculous, and then and it's Frieza with the purple disc that he used on Namek to cut his tail off. That would be awesome, bro.
well, yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I would
that
pop
would
in
be
the movie
that
theater.
would be a really good homage to like Dragon Ball, like
To
more
DBZ.
fan service type
Yeah,
stuff.
he throws it and he cuts Broly's tail off, and Broly's like, no, he goes back to normal, and then Frieza's like, fuck you, Saiyan, and falls over or some shit. That'd be awesome, bro. I'm gonna mark out in the movie theater if they do that.
Yeah.
All right. So Super Gibby says, have you ever seen Dragon Ball Absalon, fan-made series taking place after GT, involving the army of Saiyans coming to Earth and hints at Broly? Do you think something similar will happen with the movie? Not similar. As far as have I seen Absalon? A long time ago I did. Juan, you've seen Absalon, right?
I saw it years ago, the
Years
first
ago.
episode, and I don't remember anything about it.
It's
So,
been
there you
a
go.
long time. Yeah, Masa
Yeah, it
Collects
was
did
a
the voice on it.
long time ago. I don't remember anything. The only fan fiction that I ever really remembered anything about from Dragon Ball is Multiverse. That's it.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah. Well,
which is quite funny because that's kind of how the Tournament of Power kind of was like that, but whatever.
Yeah, well, I know some people get mad at the fact that it's so similar. Anthony De Laredo says, will we ever get the newly remastered version of DBZ that's out in Japan for Amazon, or what do you think? I can't predict the future. As far as an international release, I hope so. I hope so, because I'm going to buy it. I'm buying it one way or another. Because that new remaster of the series, and for those who don't know, let me explain to people listening to this who don't know what's going on. Toei is supposedly going to be re-releasing Dragon Ball, starting probably with Z, I think. I don't know for sure. In next year for the 30th anniversary of DBZ, and they have a brand new remaster of the entire series, not the movies, the entire series. Supposedly, it's a frame by frame Blu-ray remaster. This is better than anything Funimation's ever put out as far as Blu-rays go, including the level sets, including the season sets. This is the best looking Dragon Ball you will ever see because they actually went back to the original cells that they have in Japan. I'm telling you, it's mind-boggling how good this looks. If they put that out in Japan, we may get it here, we may not. I don't know, but I'm going to try my best to talk to Funimation to get it, and if they don't get it, I'm going to buy it. But very exciting time. Now, I've already bought this series about 15 times in my life. This is the best it's ever looked.
This is a question, but
by the
didn't
way,
they already do this with the first Dragon Ball movie in Japan already?
Do what specifically?
do this remaster because didn't they have I believe that on Japanese Netflix they had like the first Dragon Ball movie on there, which I think was a remaster, or if it wasn't,
No,
maybe I wasn't
no.
misinformed.
It was an upconvert. That was an upconvert. That was a long time ago. Yeah, they had some of the Dragon Ball movies on there and the Trunks and Bardock specials. This is a brand new remaster, like this
Okay.
year. And let me tell you something right now. This ain't gonna be cheap. I'm fully expecting,
Yeah.
and this might scare some people, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm like, I don't bullshit y'all. Japanese anime Blu-rays are very expensive. I'm expecting one volume of this to be $50. Like I'm expecting one volume, and that's 291 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. We're talking about thousands here for that series. Maybe, hopefully not, maybe. But the original 13 movies, actually not the original 13, all 19 Dragon Ball movies are on Amazon Japan right now with the new remaster, and they look incredible. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen the images. AJ's talked about them. Other people have talked about them in the community. They look amazing. So it's the best looking Dragon Ball, and I'm not even excited about Z because I've seen Z enough. I mean, I am excited, but I'm excited about the possibility of Dragon Ball pre-Z coming out on Blu-ray and looking like fresh. That excites me.
Yeah.
Cause just imagine looking at Dragon Ball like that. Anyways, Anthony De Laredo from Professor Geekdom and Mr. Black and Fist. What was your first car? Nissan Quest, 2000 Nissan Quest. What about you?
It was a Honda Accord hatchback 1987.
What are you, Puerto Rican, bro?
I know, but
Puerto Rican. That's Puerto Rican shit right there, bro. There's any Puerto Ricans in the chat. All right. Amir says, "Do you think Broly will have the same weakness as Kale did of overheating, which can be exploited, leading to his defeat?" Black and Fist mentioned that earlier, and so what do you think about that? Instead of him blowing up, just he overheats and then he gets overpowered, and then Vegeta and Goku just tag him. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
I mean that's what I mean. Like something like that happening. I feel like here's the thing. I just don't. Whatever's gonna happen at the end of this movie, I don't think it's just gonna be a clean victory. Like that didn't even happen in Resurrection F. It wasn't a clean
That's
victory
right.
where like
Frieza
Goku.
technically won, bro. He blew up the planet. He won,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, exactly. But it was like there was a little, bump in the road. There was a little crinkle in the story or the plot where he blew up the planet. They had to reset the time. I feel something like that has to happen near the end. It's not going to be something where or Goku and Vegeta just cleanly beat Broly and that's the end of the movie. Something has to happen. So I feel that something is going to relate to Broly's power, either overheating, like he said, or overpower, or something along those lines. Something like that.
Hello
But,
from Cambodia from Ramesh. I
yeah,
agree with you. I agree with you.
yeah.
I think it could be that Broly just powers up too much and gets burnt out. Like he literally, like his body. It could be a situation where it's kind of like what happened with Goku with Kaioken in that episode after the tournament, the University tournament, where his body was all bruised up. Maybe Broly powers up so much that his body can't handle it, and he ends up shrinking, and he just ends
Yeah.
up having like pain all over his body because it just couldn't handle all that power. We could see that, and then maybe if he does turn good, which I don't think it's gonna happen, but let's say he does, it could be a story where Vegeta and Goku are like, "Hey, we can teach you how to get better and control your power better," and then he becomes a good guy. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but anything can happen.
I don't. I kind of. I honestly don't wish they will not
I
do
don't want
that.
that either because there's too many
Yeah,
bad guys that have become good. They do that.
yeah.
It's
We already have
way
Frieza. Look, we already have
yeah.
Frieza, who I'm pretty sure isn't even going to die in this movies, and I think one villain out there is enough.
Yeah, I agree with that. Frieza's the perfect one.
Yeah.
Do you think if Goku was at full power, fully rested, he could have done a lot better against Kefla with Blue Kaioken? No, because I gotta think about that. I don't think so. I think people underestimate how strong Kefla actually is. Kefla is really fucking powerful. Really, really powerful. What do you think?
Um, I almost feel like the fight might go the same way. Because here's the thing, like Ultra Instinct. I almost want to believe because okay, look. I almost want to believe that in Ultra Instinct, it almost doesn't even matter how tired you were previously once you get into this
I think
form.
you're right. I think you're right
Because
about that.
you know why I think that, and the reason I
Because you're
think
moving
that,
without thinking. Well, you
Yeah,
can't even think about
they're
how
moving
tired you
without
are.
thinking.
Yeah.
It's a completely reaction based, like but also Goku was absolutely exhausted before then. So I almost want to think like, yeah, it makes sense that once you get into this form, it doesn't matter how tired you were previously. I almost like that's how I think. I don't know. That's the impression I've always gotten. Now, who knows? Maybe in the future they're going to like actually explicitly, explain all this stuff, and it'll be something different from what I just said. But until then, that's what I think. So
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it would have made a difference. Well, I don't think he would have been able to have beaten K-Flow without Ultra Instinct. Lone Wolf says, "Will Gohan have any huge part in new transformation in your opinion?" If you mean in the movie, I don't think so, bro. As far as later on in the future, possibly. I just don't
it'll
want
be a
him to.
miracle if Gohan even is in this movie.
I mean, I think he'll be there at the beginning where they're having their party, maybe change Pan's diapers, and that's it. No more
That
Gohan.
it'll be a miracle if he even has any words to speak. Then how about that?
Yeah. Oh man, people are gonna get salty at that, but it's true. There's no indication of him having a big role in this movie. I hope he does though. Brandon Conrad, keep Shinamon pure. I don't know. I don't get the joke. GN Fire says, DB Heroes, what would Goku say if he saw both interpretations of Goku, both interpretations of Broly? That would be awesome. There's two Brolys. That's what he would say. I love the idea that Dragon Ball Heroes could potentially give us old Broly versus new Broly.
Yeah, you know that's gonna happen
Oh, I
eventually, right?
know.
I mean,
Old Broly versus new Broly versus Zeno Broly versus Dark Broly versus 4D Broly from Japan, God Broly.
yeah.
Man,
Super Saiyan 4 Broly.
what's bigger, Broly's clit, Kale's tip, or Vegeta's bray? I'm guessing Kale's clit, bro. If that's even one of the options. Kendall Hurley says people are saying Broly should hate Vegeta, but why would he hate either Son or Vegeta? I feel like he should be a gullible and Paragus should be the vengeful. I agree with that. Again, if he does hate Vegeta, there has to be a reason for it. I'm okay with him hating people as long as there's a reason for it. And I hope the reason is not that Vegeta was crying or Goku was crying. I don't want that. So,
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they're going to if this is supposed to be a reimagining of Broly, I want Broly to be more cognizant because although I do like the original Broly of him just being like I said before, a deranged, bloodthirsty killer, essentially, like he there wasn't much thought in his head. I want this Broly to be at least more thoughtful, right? Like actually have his own, maybe he has his own motivations, right?
I
So
agree with that. I agree with
so,
that.
you know,
Do you
they
think it was genetically modified Saiyans are the ones that moved to Universe 6 and that Broly's ship got lost on the way there? That's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought about that. What do you think?
that could be possible.
From Rick Lewis.
It could be, especially I almost feel like yeah, I think it'd be more interesting if they do incorporate like we were already talking about the incorporation of Universe 6 and Universe 6 Saiyans into this. And if that's the way they're going to do it, I mean that could be a possibility. I would be open to that. So, yeah.
Frank Mattingly says, "Who takes control after Toriyama?" It's implied Toyotaro will continue to do the manga. As far as the anime goes, I don't know. I have no idea. We'll get that information when it happens. Somebody will. I don't think Dragon Ball is just going to go away after Toriyama's gone or retires or whatever. Ben Gunn says, could Krillin be compared to an SSJ3? Fuck, bro. Power scaling's a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
I want to say yes now, Tournament of Power Krillin versus Buu Saga Goku Super Saiyan 3, but I'm not confident enough to say that, bro, cuz
Well, it's the reason it's hard is because we don't have Krillin doing many feats.
you're right. We don't. We have
And we
very
don't
small
in the
feats.
yeah, and the people he fought in the tournament of power, I mean, we can't scale that because they didn't fight anyone else. So,
They were all pretty
barely.
much jabronis
Like
too.
we don't know. They're all like mysteries, like how real strong they really were.
And we never saw him go full power either, so he got eliminated first. So I would probably assume possibly, but probably not. With Disney owning Fox, Pan will instantly be good at everything, and they'll have to Goku try to kill Goten in his sleep. Eating dinosaurs is evil. Last Jedi fucking trashing is always welcome here. Mace, $50 donation. Thank you so much for your generous donation, man. It means a lot to me. He writes, I would have Broly's motivations in the movie being Bardock stole Gine from him, King Vegeta exiled him, and I love this already, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even want to finish. It's so good. So, okay, so Broly was fucking Gine, and then Bardock stole Gine from him, and then King Vegeta exiled him for some reason. Why? I don't know why. I guess he exiled
Man,
him for, not
then
'cause of
that's
Gine.
the reason why he's pissed both at Goku and Vegeta.
That's better than the crying fucking situation.
Yeah.
Hello? 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 Can everybody hear me? I might be back live here. I don't know. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I'm back. Can you hear me? Okay. All right, we're back live with the stream. I didn't think this was gonna happen. Okay. So I lost power. Like I said, I completely lost power for like an hour. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. I have my flashlights out and everything. So everybody can hear me okay? If so, say something in the chat. Give me a second though. I have to re-promote this. Give me one moment. I'm gonna see if I can get Black and Fist back in here. So stand by. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I know there's an echo. I don't have my headphones on or anything. Just give me a minute. Hold on. Do you mind coming back and finishing the super chats? Hang on a minute, guys. Just bear with me. I just got my power back. Where the hell's my headphones at? Okay. Shit. All right. Yeah. Yeah, the Guinea conversation. All right, hold on a sec. Let me Oh man. Just stand by for 1 second, guys. I have to get everything back in order.
Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, sorry man. I don't know.
We're live. We're live. Just letting you know. We're live right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a bunch of super chats I have to clean up.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully you weren't waiting for me that long. Jeez.
No, I was waiting for you for like a minute.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry. Okay.
No, I just got my power back like a minute ago, bro.
All right.
All right. We were talking about.
I don't even know. I forgot.
All right, let me. First of all, we were talking about Gine and that storyline where.
Oh yeah. Bardock steals Broly's girl or something.
Yeah, we're gonna finish up those super chats. Thanks everybody for being patient. I know most people left already, but I want to real quick see if I can promote this out. I'm gonna try and see if I can promote it out here. Hold on. Hold on. We're back live. Hold on, folks. All right, I'm gonna promote it to Twitter real quick. All right, we're back here. Let me go ahead and pick up where we left off. I can't believe we're back live.
Yeah.
I feel like, man, God just did not want me to stream tonight, bro.
Well, I mean, hey, well, you're here now, right?
Yeah, and so are you. All right. I gotta scroll all the way back up here to find that gentleman's question. Hold on. Okay, Mace. He was the guy who donated $50. He was talking about Bardock stole Gine from Broly, which maybe he meant Paragus. King Vegeta exiled him, and Frieza stole the opportunity to kill himself. He then has an urge to kill Goku and Vegeta for being the spitting image of their fathers. I mean, that sounds a little too much like the previous story. What do you think about that? Do you have anything to follow up with that?
I mean, it's so funny, and maybe it could be an interesting story, but that's just not something Toriyama would write. I mean, come on, let's be serious. Like, that relationship, like, hasn't Toriyama said that he just doesn't write that? He just I'm sorry, I don't write that. I'm not good at it or something. It's just not something he would write. It's not something he touches.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I agree. It's just he's, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The idea, I can hear myself in the background, bro.
oh, sorry. Let me. All right.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the idea behind like some kind of love triangle. I would like to see it, but it's just not what Toriyama does. I like his idea though that Paragus is mad at. I would say Paragus. They're closer in age. I think they're gonna do that thing in this movie where Broly and Goku are the same age. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's also something that's just not we don't see in Dragon Ball like a love. I mean, I guess we have. I mean, what's the closest thing to a love triangle we've seen in Dragon Ball? I mean,
Yamcha, Vegeta, and Bulma.
yep,
That's the
I was gonna.
closest.
That's what I was gonna say too. That's the closest we ever got,
Yeah.
really.
All right. I feel bad because these people probably left. So I'm probably gonna put a post out in the community tab, letting everybody know, hey, we did get your super chat questions answered. It was just an hour late, so I apologize. Um, it's I mean I can't I mean again I apologize even though it wasn't my fault. This was literally an act of God. I lost power, which I knew. I mean it was thundery. I was like trying to wrap up the stream, but we had too many super chats. Um, Devin Hines says, "How about Frieza manipulates Paragus into invading Earth so Broly can fight Goku and Vegeta in the hopes they'll kill each other while he takes out Earth's fighters, but Gohan or Beerus steps in to stop him." Well, okay. Before we get to the stepping in part, I totally think that's a great idea. That is something Frieza would do is use Broly, Vegeta, and Goku to destroy each other. Like that is a total Frieza thing to do. Right? I totally agree with you on that. I don't think Gohan is gonna stop Frieza. Beerus maybe, but probably not Gohan. What do you think?
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a good way to incorporate Frieza into this movie. Probably, maybe. I mean, who knows? Like, maybe it was the. I don't know. Like, I always feel like Frieza's going to be a secondary villain to this movie, and he's going to be sidelined pretty hard. I'm sensing that really hard. Ever since Frieza came back at the end of Super, I felt like his next appearance, he's going to get sidelined. I just feel it. Broly's looking like this whole movie's looking like he's going to get sidelined. Him being some sort of mastermind, and maybe him setting up the destruction of Broly, Goku, and Vegeta. I mean, that could work. I mean, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Right.
That I think maybe. But here's the thing, here's the thing,
Mm.
because Frieza has come back so many times, I feel like I, I hesitate to say it, and maybe like, oh God, like but I'm calling it. I think that his time in the limelight is over. I think he's just going to be relegated to side roles now. I'm going to say that, like,
I mean, I'm okay with that though, because you can't have everybody get spotlight. I mean, you really can't.
yeah.
David Ortega, what if the Saiyans were created to evolve and adapt to their environment, the perfect beings? This has been passed around a lot. I had an idea about this. The idea that they were manipulated to become these great warriors makes more sense than them being the perfect beings. But um, I would like that idea, and it could also create a new villain, not a Saiyan, who was experimenting on the Saiyans. It doesn't have to be a Saiyan. Gary Gould says, seeing that Broly's power could put the balance of power in the universe out of whack, would you mind Beerus stepping in, doing his job, but instead forcing who's truly in to show the angels power? Okay, look, as much as I would love to see Beerus and Whis fighting, like, seriously, I would love to see it. I feel like that would undermine this movie. The entire movie is supposed to be Broly, Goku, and Vegeta, and their backstories, how they link together from the old to the new, how they all wound up on Earth through different paths of life. Having Beerus show up and just become a Deus Ex Machina and winning, or Whis doing it, is gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth. It would just you would build up this movie to have Goku and Vegeta fighting Broly, and then Beerus and Whis save the day. Like I don't. That's exactly what I've hated about Super. That the gods are always saving the day, like Zeno did it. Like I don't like that. I don't want that
Yeah,
to happen.
considering the fact that this movie has been promoted as a Saiyan movie too.
Yeah, I think that if they're gonna step in at any time, it'll be against a greater foe in the future. Ginezu95, do you think we'll see more of Frieza's race in the future? I hope so. I hope so. What do you think?
Well, with Frieza now being alive, I mean, here's the thing. I always say that even when characters are dead, but especially when characters are not confirmed dead or are alive, we're bound to know more about them. So I say as long as Dragon Ball continues into the future, indefinitely, there's always a possibility that we're going to get a chance to see Frieza. Like for instance, I said that about Goku's mother. Goku's mother has never been 100% confirmed dead. So I
Right.
always thought as long as Dragon Ball is continuing on, she's going to appear again
Yeah, she might
somewhere.
have escaped the planet last minute type of shit, which would piss me
Yeah,
off, but
yeah,
I see why they did it.
exactly. Yeah, I always said it. Ever since Dragon Ball Minus, I always said there's always a chance, as long as Dragon Ball continues, for her to come back sometime.
My SoundCloud JEP rap Goku effect, please listen. All right, well, there's your plug. Geekdom's grandma, $2 luck for Gogeta in the movies. Favorite Dokkan card. I don't play Dokkan anymore, so I couldn't even tell you. Have you ever played Dokkan?
Yeah, I did. I got a. I did. I essentially had two accounts. I lost them both. I don't play them anymore. I don't play it anymore.
Yeah, fighter or not fighters. Legend seems to be the new like mobile game that. Even though I think Dokkan still has a big hardcore audience. Cake Knight writes, "Is Cell really a bad guy? I mean, the guy just wanted to fight strong people, and he wasn't programmed to kill his siblings. If Cell could absorb humans, why didn't he just absorb the Z fighters? Well, because they weren't going to go without a fight. But that being said, um, as far as him being a bad guy, I mean, he got frustrated and tried to destroy the Earth.
He also killed a bunch of people. I mean,
Yeah, he did. He didn't try to get powerful by other means like training, which he would do later. He actually killed people. So
yeah.
even though he did it to get stronger, it was for very selfish reasons, bro. He's definitely a bad guy. Leo Architect calling it right now. Vegeta takes the W. I wish. Joseph Mojica says Paragus and Broly want revenge on Beerus, Frieza, and anyone associated with them for destroying their race. He beats SSB Vegeta and SSB Kaioken 20 Goku, but Goku doesn't go MUI. Beerus finally steps in and end it with difficulty. No, I don't want to see that, dude. Like that would just be such a dude. That's like if you're having sex with a girl and then your boy comes in and nuts on her face. Like you just ruined the whole moment for me. Like that's
Yeah.
a weird analogy, but like you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but on a visceral level, I understand.
Like
Yes.
I understand where he's coming from. I want to see Beerus kick ass too. Don't get me wrong. I want to see it, but not in this movie. It's not the right time. It's just not the
Yes.
right time.
It's inappropriate for Beerus to just come in here and solve everything. It.
It's such a like again. It's like Zeno, dude. I don't want to see that again. You know.
Yeah.
Um, hold on. I scrolled down a little too far there. Ultra Instinct Goku Black. How hyped are you for this movie compared with the previous two? And do you think we'll see a continuation of DBS or post Z sometime for Super Dragon Ball Heroes? Well, I talked about that in the video I did last week about the future of Dragon Ball Super. So you'll want to check that out. As far as how hyped I am, I don't know if anything's gonna ever get me to the level that I was for Battle of Gods when it comes to
Same here.
recent
That was
stuff.
something special.
Yeah, it was something special because it was the first time in how long? 17
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
And even if you include like the dub airings, it was still the first time in
Yeah. It
10.
was. Yeah. That was a unique aura around that movie around that time. It was as if something was coming back from the dead. It really just doesn't. It nothing else. Not Resurrection F. Not Super came close, but not really quite. It was a really special thing when that first came out. It I was so hyped. I was so blown away that it was even happening. It was like a dream,
It was.
you
It's like
know.
it's the same thing with Force Awakens with Star Wars. Like nothing will match up that hype of Episode 7. Like even Episode 9, even if it's great, it's not gonna match up that hype of the 10-year break and the build up and yeah. I mean, look at fucking Battle of Gods, bro. Like um, we knew there was gonna be two new characters. We knew Toriyama was involved, and we knew about a new
Mhm.
transformation called Super Saiyan God. Like they were giving us everything that we kind of not wanted, but everything that we were kind of hoping for if Dragon Ball did come back. And I still love that movie. Still,
Yes, I still think it's one of the better movies.
I still think
I
it's
yeah.
better than I think that's the best thing that's come along in the Renaissance. I think.
Probably, yeah. I maybe have to think about it just a little harder, but you're probably right.
All right. Let's see. Ali Sural, do you think Broly will become good? Join the Z Fighters, then fuse with Goku, making Broly to fight a villain who killed the Grand Priest. Much love. You just made up all that shit, bro. He made up the entire storyline there. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen like that. Not quite. 199 for your power bill. No, 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 no. Do you really think I didn't pay my bill, dog? No, there was an outage. There was a storm. I even said it in the video. There's a storm. I have, dog. I have not had a legitimate power outage of me not paying a bill ever in my entire life. I've always paid my electric bill. Like that's one thing I've never had a problem with. My parents had that issue when I was younger, but I never had that issue. What will happen to Broly if he survives within the movie? Do you believe he will join up with Goku and the others and become a Z fighter? Same question again. I don't know if he'll become a Z fighter. I actually hope he doesn't, but part of me hopes he does to see where the story goes. But I'm tired of bad guys becoming good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also, I don't think that Broly is going to survive this movie. I'm pretty sure he's gonna die.
I mean, I don't know.
Do you think he can survive this movie?
They
Do
like
you
money,
think?
bro. They want money, and keeping him
Well,
alive for
here's
another
the thing:
movie.
if
I
they
mean,
like
I
money, they
want it to
can
be a
always bring
cliffhanger.
him back in some way. You
Well,
know?
well, that's what I'm saying. They can have a cliffhanger where he wins, and then we got to see the next movie.
Okay.
I mean, that's the Avengers thing, you know. Jonathan Bernal says, "What if UI is a power given to a pure-hearted warrior only when multiple gods are present in one location? I feel like UI is too powerful to just have." Well, that's not the case because if that was the case, they would have told us that already. You know, Whis knows enough about it to tell us that you know what's going on. So that's not the case, unfortunately. Vengeance wrote something, but it got deleted. Hayden Walsh says, "Is Broly tan now because he got shot into the sun in movie 10? Oh, it's not tan. Is he tan? He's talking about why Broly looks darker now.
Mm, Well, that's just a new design, I
Yeah,
suppose. I
well,
mean,
remember, this is a new Broly, but I see the joke
yeah.
he's making. Yeah, well, why is Goku tan in GT? They never explained that.
You
Um,
know, everyone always was talking about like Broly's like new tan, tan, but everyone didn't realize that when Broly transforms, his like pants color change for some reason.
when was in the old movies?
No, in the new designs, was it in the designs? Wasn't it like his?
Yeah, but I'm guessing that's gonna happen during the movie. I'm guessing he'll change
Yeah,
colors during the movie. I don't think they can't be that stupid, bro. It's like that one random episode of Turtles from '87 where Shredder has his pants off. I told you about that, right?
I think so. I
It was
think.
like an animation mistake. They forgot to draw the purple for the pants, so it's like skin color. So it looks like he's naked
Yeah, yeah.
with his dick out. Yeah,
Well, there was
animation.
like an animation mistake in like it was like a really small one when Vegeta was fighting Ginyu and like his armor was off.
Well, yeah, there was one where his armor was off, and there was one where he had the wrong armor. Then there was the one where Krillin was. Remember the Krillin shot where he goes back to his gi even though he's wearing the armor?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think there was also an animation mistake where like they didn't complete the colors on Gohan's armor too. Like it was all white, but it was supposed to be like gold or yellow on that part or something.
The
There's
Frieza
like little things like that all over the place.
the Frieza saga had a lot of problems. A lot of problems.
Yeah.
Animation wise. Keentone 42. He says, "I love your videos. They help me pass time night stalking." Yeah, I can feel you on that one. What is your go-to team for fighters? I use Goku Black, Android 21, and Vegito. I use Yamcha. Hit is it Hit? Do I use Hit? No, I use Yamcha, Gohan, and Vegeta mostly. But I have been using Goku Black a lot more lately. But I haven't played the game in a few weeks. So have you played fighters? Do you have a team?
I never actually. The thing is, my brother got the game, so I never really got a chance to play it much. Nah,
This
not
is
really.
this is a great question from Shane Gilroy because I don't even have an answer. We'll have to think about this one. Since the Dragon Balls were seen in the trailer, who do you think summons Shenron and what will their wish be?
Wow.
I hope it's
Wow.
not one of those things where they summon it at the end of the movie to fix everything. I'm tired of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do
Maybe
you think
Frieza. I don't know. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say something like maybe it was something inconsequential, like maybe they get like a hearing about Broly or something, and then they just wish for the dragon to like locate him or something like that.
Oh, but
You think that could be it?
I don't know, bro. I just don't. I'm not sensing that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. See, this is a tough question, bro. Because I honestly have no idea.
That's true. The Dragon Ball. I lean more to the Dragon Balls are inconsequential. Like they make a wish
They're
that's
not
not gonna
really.
have too much.
There's no need for them to even be in this movie,
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean, they're in the movie, but they don't have to wish for anything. Even though every Dragon Ball movie pretty much, there's a couple that don't. Which of the movies don't have wishes? Let's play this little game here. Okay.
The first Broly didn't have a wish.
Oh wait. Okay. Legend of Shenron. Yes, we got a wish. It was part of the plot. Sleeping Princess. Did we get a wish in that one?
I don't remember. They don't. I don't think there was a. No, there wasn't. Right?
No, I don't think so.
No, no, there
Maka
wasn't.
Bushigi eventually did at the end. A wish bore her back.
Yeah.
Dead Zone, of course.
Of
Immortality for
course there
Broly
was. Yeah.
Jr. Yeah, that was
And of course the second one too.
World's Strongest. Bring back Dr. Weedo. Tree of Might. Did we get a wish in that one? I don't think so. Nope.
No, no,
No
actually, yeah,
wish.
no wish.
No
Yeah.
wish in Tree of Might. Lord Slug, movie 4. Yes, to wish him young.
Yeah.
Movie 5 with
No wish.
No wish. That's right. No wish. Movie 6, no wish. Movie 7, no wish either. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movie 8, no wish. Movie 9, no wish.
No
Most
wish.
of them don't have wishes, dog. Now
Yeah,
that I think
most of these don't have wishes. And movie 10 was like a pseudo, like, do you even count that?
Oh,
like
I fucked that
somehow?
ending. Ugh. And movie 11 didn't have a wish. Movie 12 had not a wish. The dragon was summoned, but he never got the wish. And at the end of the
Yeah.
movie, he's like, "So do you want a wish?"
Yeah.
And then 13, of course, had the wish, and Path to Power had the wish. So the majority of the movies don't even have wishes, man.
Yeah.
They don't
I mean,
need
Battle
it.
of Gods Resurrection F also had wishes. So.
Well, Battle of Gods is more like a question to the dragon. Did that really count
Well,
as a wish?
yeah, I guess. I
And then
suppose.
Resurrection F obviously had a wish. So,
Yeah.
all right. May says I'm still here. Oh yeah, I answered your question, man. It says 12:05. What time is it right now? Okay, he's back then. Thanks for being here, bro. I was not expecting to come back. I didn't think my power would come back till tomorrow morning, and it came back in like an hour. Dalton Shook says, "Do you think Broly will tank a final Kamehameha?" Jesus, from what? From Vegito? I don't know about that, man. I mean, what do you think?
You know, if Vegito shows up in the movie, he's obviously going to do some crazy shit like a final Kamehameha. Like I can see it honestly. I can see it because like I can see them giving that to Broly. I honestly can.
I mean, whatever's impressive. Thank
Yeah,
you,
because of
Bruce.
course that's gonna be like really impressive. Like holy shit! Like Broly just tanked a final Kamehameha. Like well, powerful. Like I can totally see them doing that, man.
I have a question because this has never happened to me before. Maybe you know. When you leave a stream, 'cause I was gone for what, like half an hour, 45 minutes, right?
Mhm.
When the stream becomes like a regular video, does it cut all that out, or does it just have buffering for like an hour? Like,
I don't know actually.
I've never had that happen to me before, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah. All right. Hayden Walsh. Thank you, Bruce. Hayden Walsh sends in the question again. Here's the funny thing. So he sends in the question twice on accident, and then he says, "Oh, my super chat got sent twice. Sorry about that." And he donates $10 to tell me that. He could have donated $1 to tell me that, and instead he gives me $10. So thank you for that. Gabriel Salcedo says, "Do you think Broly will donkey fuck Frieza?" Yeah, I think so. I think you mean donkey punch though. I think he means that. So, anyways, would you like for Broly to stay alive in the end? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I think a cliffhanger with him staying alive would actually be kind of cool. And then Brian Rogers, I think he's the last super chat here. What are your thoughts on Paragus sliding with Frieza because King Vegeta tried to kill Broly? Now, that's an interesting idea. That is an interesting idea. So, I don't see him siding with Frieza because of that. But I can see like the idea that like King Vegeta tried to kill Broly in the movie, like in the old movie, and then like so as a result of that, Paragus does not feel that much remorse for what happened to King Vegeta. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Yeah. Um, that could be possible. I almost feel like something along the lines. I mean, okay, the vibe I'm getting from this movie is that Frieza and Broly and Paragus are gonna try to be like team up. I think, but then maybe Frieza actually gets betrayed by either Broly himself or Paragus and Broly. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like that scene in the in the beginning where like Frieza's like, "What?" Like, he's fighting. I feel like that's when he gets betrayed by them. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts though.
Yeah. So people in the chat are telling me that it does just cut it. So when the video, I guess it's happened to them before. When the video during the outage, the video comes back and it just does that. People are doing this thing again. They're saying I'm coming in low. Was I coming in low? Did you get to hear the stream after when I had the power outage? Were you able to hear if I was coming in low on that?
I did hear a little bit of the stream. It seems that I am like the volume is a bit lower than
For
on
you
your
or for
voice
me?
than mine.
Oh, for okay, so I was lower than you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, what can I do about that? It's already too late. I
Well,
mean,
it's pretty much over
the
now.
stream
So
is over. Yeah. I mean, someone's in there saying he can barely hear me, but I mean, the stream's over, dude. You know, sorry about that. It's been all look. There's been all kinds of problems. You know, it's there's all kinds of problems tonight. You know, there was an issue earlier. I tried to fix it. People thought I was being a dick. I wasn't. Then I came back. I did the stream. Then the power went out. This has been the craziest freaking stream ever. We're out of here though. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question before we get out of here. So how do you think Broly loses, bro? What's your prediction?
oh boy, putting me on the spot, huh?
How does he lose?
um okay, I'm gonna like I think I said it before. I think what's gonna happen is either Goku or Vegeta are gonna fuse together in a Gogeta, or you know mastered Ultra Instinct Goku or something like that. Broly has to keep getting stronger, and either that creates an opening for Goku or Vegeta or Gogeta or whoever the hell, that creates like an opening because maybe he like powers up too much and he can't control it, or he hurts himself or something, and then that's how they beat him. That's if you're gonna put me on the spot like that, that's what I'm gonna say it is. It has like an opening is gonna be created because Broly got too powerful and he either can't control it or he hurt himself or something like that. And then Gogeta or whoever the hell is gonna give him the final blow or something like that.
Somebody
Yeah.
asked me if I ever sing Under the Sea or Sweet Child anymore. Under the Sea, yes, but not so much Sweet Child. Yeah, I
So anyway,
think
that's how I think it's gonna end, man.
I still think it's gonna be Master Ultra Instinct Goku. They're not gonna have this movie without Master Ultra Instinct Goku. I just don't see
Yeah.
it. I refuse to believe otherwise. Anyways, folks, that's it for the stream tonight. What a crazy night it was. Thanks, Juan, for being here, and
Yeah.
thank all
Hey,
of
man.
you.
Thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, and thank all of you out there for being so patient with all the problems we had with the power going out and everything. So I'm gonna leave a note when the video comes out, and I'll go into I'll tell the people listening, hey, this is what happened. So, all right, well, thanks again, and check out Black and Fist on YouTube so you can see videos from 3 years ago or whatever. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon. Goodbye. Wait, let me hit stop now. Okay, wait, what?